We've been walking through the book of Philippians, and I love the book so much. And I want to draw your attention today to verses 9 through 11 of chapter 1. It reads like this: "And it is my prayer that your love may abound more and more with knowledge and all discernment, so that you may approve what is excellent, and so be pure and blameless for the day of Christ, filled with the fruit of righteousness that comes through Jesus Christ to the glory of God." We talked last time about how Paul prays regularly for the Philippian church. And what really happens is his thoughts of them end up turning into praise to God for them. But here we see more specifically what he's praying about, what he's praying for, and I think they're instructive for us. He starts out by praying that their love would expand. So he, of course, is concerned that their faith would grow, but here he's asking that their love would grow. Right? Our calling to love God, to love neighbor, he wants that love to expand, and he wants it to expand, he says, with knowledge and discernment. So he wants them to, by God's grace, love in a way that actually understands the way things are and loves in a helpful way, right? A lot of times we can try to love, but if it isn't flavored with knowledge and discernment, it may not actually help them, it may hurt them. In other words, he wants them to love with wisdom. And that kind of goes into the next part, verse 10, so they may approve what is excellent. So as they navigate life, they can make distinctions and really be able to see what is best. The Bible, of course, doesn't tell us how to navigate, how to walk in any situation, right? It doesn't speak to social media, right? It doesn't talk about the internet. But it has this category for wisdom. There's whole books about it, right? Like Proverbs, of how to walk around and apply the knowledge of God to real life experience. He prays that for them. He also prays that they would be pure and blameless for the day of Christ. Of course, their blamelessness only comes through Christ. And of course, if we believe, God sees us pure because of our union with Christ. But Paul is praying that purity, that blamelessness would more and more be actually seen in our lives. It wouldn't just be a positional type of blamelessness. It would be in reality. It would be evident for all. He prays for that, and he also prays with that they would be filled with the fruit of righteousness that comes through Christ. Not something they can generate on their own, something that only comes through Jesus, but he wants them to go out and bear fruit for the kingdom in the way they love those around them, but in the way they share the gospel of Jesus. So again, Paul is in this trial, in prison, writing to people in trials. And I think this gives us a good way to pray for people today. As we're in this pandemic, as we're too much of the time in our homes, we can pray for our brothers and sisters. Oh Lord, help them to love wisely. Lord, help them, fill them with wisdom. Father, make them more and more look like Jesus in purity, and help them, help me, help us to produce fruit that brings glory to God. I think those are good prayers for us right now, Karis.